Welcome back, friends, to the heart of Appalachia, where the stories run deep, the truth runs honest, and the mountains always have something to teach us. I'm John Hart, and I'm grateful you're here today with me. Tonight's story isn't about coal miners or feuds or forgotten history. Tonight it's personal. It's about stubbornness, independence, and the spirit that runs through every Appalachian bone in my body. So settle in. This one's close to the heart. Back in 1997, I had 4 back surgeries. 4. It was a year of let's just say pain, frustration, and more time lying flat than any man should ever have. I got to feeling low, not dangerous, not hopeless, just worn down. So I told my family doctor. He said, well, let's get you some counseling, and sent me to a psychiatrist, new fellow in town. I walked in, sat down, and he started with the usual questions. Are you thinking about hurting yourself? No, absolutely not. Do you want to hurt anybody else? Good Lord, no. Then he asked, could you ever hurt someone? I said, depends. If someone hurts my wife or kids, yes, I could. I would. He didn't like that answer. Wanted me to say I'd never hurt anyone under any circumstances. So I asked him, I said, well, can you guarantee me that no one will ever hurt my wife or family? And that's when the dance began. He'd ask a question, I'd ask one back. He asked if I knew how to make a bomb. I said no, but I could find out if I wanted to. After about an hour of this nonsense, I'd had enough. I walked out. Didn't have time for foolishness. Belinda met me in the parking lot. She said the doctor had called her, said I needed to check into the hospital, and if I didn't, he'd force me to. He still didn't understand. I don't do forced. Belinda talked some sense into me. I said, fine, I'll lay up in the bed for a couple of days. So I checked in. Second day, they took me into an exam room. Doctor said he was going to give me a physical. I said, no, you're not. If you try to touch me, I'll consider it an assault, an attempted assault, and respond accordingly. He got mad. I didn't submit. He didn't know me. So I called Belinda and said, come and get me. She showed up, and so did a deputy. Turns out the good doctor, not being able to control me, decided to have me committed to a state hospital. Now the deputy was a nice young fella, but we were about to lock horns. I backed against the wall and said, I'm not budging. Belinda and a family friend, a nurse who'd stayed close after Stephanie's death, talked me down. I agreed to go. Deputy cuffed me. And I'm thinking, how does feeling a little bummed get you slapped in cuffs and headed to the nut house? Well, we get to Columbus. Another doctor sets me down. He asks why I'm here. I tell him the same story I'm telling you. He was an Indian fella. Said when he was younger, he had been raped by 3 boys. Said if he could have, he'd have killed them. He looked me in the eye and said, there's nothing wrong with you. Your reaction is normal. It's instinct, shared by man and animal. When cornered, something's going to happen. He told me to go home. Belinda was waiting. I probably beat the deputy back to town. You know, God didn't give me a lot, especially when it comes to common sense. But he gave me the spirit of my ancestors. He gave me the spirit of independence and freedom. I knew the answer that doctor wanted, the ones that would pass the test. But I wasn't there to be controlled. I'm Appalachian. I don't submit. I don't bend easy. And I don't apologize for it. Thank you for spending this time with me, friends. If this story meant something to you, I'd be grateful if you'd like, share, and follow the podcasts. Every bit of support helps keep these Appalachian stories alive. Until next time, walk gently, love deeply, and never forget where you come from. This is the Heart of Appalachia. I'm John Hart. God bless you, and I'll see you on down the road.